Yeah, and I don't know why this exists, but there's a zipper.
If you're a dude, you'd understand why.
That looks like a little peepee, but you zip it up and it like opens.
It's so you can stick your dick out and piss.
But why in the female jumper does it have it?
So you can whip out your
giant clit and piss.
You vajage.
I don't know how the female body works very much.
Offensive and was a big misunderstanding of basic human anatomy, Gus.
If anything, it should have
I'm very lonely.
Have you ever used one of those paper piss funnels?
No, but I've been curious too.
Really? You should. What's stopping you?
I don't like. Is it paper though, or is it like a plastic? Because I feel if it's paper, it would get soggy and then get on your hands.
Well, it'd be like the inside of a paper cup. Like a paper cup doesn't get soggy.
Yeah,
because it's like coated with wax, right?
Like when you carry around a cup of piss normally, it doesn't leak through, right? When you carry around piss in a paper cup, it never leaks through.
You say
it's fine.
They're covered in wax, right?
Everyone's just completely bracing by this.
You're talking about a paper cup.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you know?
Why would I know about paper cups?
Because you fucking use them.
Because you're human on Earth?
You have used a paper cup, I assume, at some point in your life?
The one for coffee? That's a paper cup.
I know I use a paper cup, but why would I know what it's made of?
Have you never fucking held one or looked at one?
It's made of paper.
I said it probably has wax on the inside.
There's wax on the inside, so it doesn't leak onto the paper part.
Why does everyone know this about? It's wax.
Why is it that we're the fucking psychopaths? I'm drooling all over the place and spitting. I'm so...
Gavin, like what is a fork typically made out of? What material?
Metal.
There you go. How do you know that? Why would you
How would you know that?
How would you even know? Because you've used one. That's how you know.
Am I...
Have you ever felt
You've
the
never
inside
seen
of those
like
cups?
you've never felt the wax nature of the cup on the inside?
Funnily enough, I'm just drinking liquid. I'm not like spectating the wax nature of my products.
You got some... What is that? You got some McTurney on your
I bet
chin.
you can tell me what plates are made out of and forks and like a glass cup. It's made of glass.
What?
That's called the glass, by the way.
All right. So what's the material on the inside of a thermos?
It's some kind of insulated metal and then insulation. Always a 3-month project takes about 9 months.
I feel like that's an Austin thing, though.
And
everyone's too damn laid back to really care about anything. You really have to find a good one.
You're making an agreement with someone to give them a lot of money so that you can hate them.
Guess what it is? You're going to hate them down the road.
Yeah, it's like, this is not going to end well. Here's a lot of money.
That's like the
in about
perfect-
6 months, we're not going to want to answer each other's phone calls.
So have you ever had a interaction with a contractor and then it's ended and you've gone, I will use them again?
No.
There was a guy we used that a friend of ours used to renovate his restaurant. And then I said, I'm going to call that guy and use him to renovate one of our offices. And he's like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. I was like, he seems like a good guy. I've talked to him. I'm going to go with it. And I like the work he did on your place. So then he renovated our office. I was like, this guy's great. I don't know what he was talking about. Then like fast forward 3 months, Gus goes, I think I'm going to have that guy renovate my house. I'm like, don't do it. Don't. And then Gus, by the end of that, was like, I thought Gus was like, gonna hire a private investigator to see like where this guy was.
I showed you a screenshot of my phone once where in one day I called him unanswered 45 times. And I was like, look, I've called him 45 fucking times today. He's either dead or he's avoiding me.
You called someone 45 times? Have you ever done that with anyone else?
No, I normally don't call 45 people in a year.
You probably haven't called 45 people since then.
Probably not.
That was years ago.
Would you just hang up and redial?
Sometimes, yeah. Or I'd wait 2 minutes and then call
this
again.
guy like tore out Gus's siding and left like the side of his house open to the world, and then was like, "I'll be back next week."
You remember that house? Didn't you crawl in the window?
I did. I climbed through the hole in the side.
Yeah,
Ben went as well. He went barefoot.
That was fucking crazy.
So if he picked up after say call 39, would you not have been scared? Surely he would have been like, "What? What do you want?"
No, I'd have been like, oh, hey, what's up? We've got some stuff to
this
do.
hole that you've left.
I was hoping to get the machine.
But I really like that house. And I was really surprised when you guys sold that house after everything you went through to get into the house. But I thought for sure, and you fought off squirrels and everything else.
No, it was a good move. I'm glad we moved.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
Happy with the new place?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you can tell because I had no problem at all with all this rain. Like
That's
you,
true.
no trees falling, no weird issues popping up. It was just like, oh, cool, it's raining. I'm gonna keep playing my Xbox.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. We would call this is not a vlog, but if you described it to somebody who doesn't watch web stuff, it's like we get on camera and we talk into microphones
about our lives.
Yeah, and stuff.
We don't address the camera though.
See, that's the nuance.
Do it right now.
That's the nuance.
Hey guys, so
You looked at the wrong camera, you idiot.
What are you talking about? I looked dead on to the correct one.
Wait, do it again?
You did nothing. You did the same thing.
You didn't do that before.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
I think because of the glare on your glasses, it looked like you weren't looking at the camera, so it looked like you were like, yeah, so,
There's one
All right,
camera.
Mike,
He
it's
reads
the
into it like twice a
I have
show.
no. There's
It was the
no
glare.
other camera in my field of vision unless I do this. Oh shit! There's a whole bunch over there. Right
was-
here, it's just one.
It was
How
the
could I
glare.
miss it?
Do you
It's
have
got a giant red fucking light on it.
Do you have a lazy eye?
Do you not know? Do you guys not know what your camera? Which one is your camera? Like that's my camera.
Cheers, Barbara. Luckily, there's a red light on it that turns on when it's on.
Should we just do the rest of the podcast only staring into our cameras?
Yeah, that'd be creepy.
That would be really
Hey,
weird,
Gus,
huh?
where do you want to go eat?
So I saw probably the greatest use of the 360 YouTube player.
Greatest use ever? What
Of the,
was
of the
it, Gus?
Tell me
360
more, Gus.
video
What's it?
camera YouTube player.
Yeah, let's tell us
It
more.
was a K-pop dance group practicing their dancing.
Yes, I did see that.
You did see it? It's like four
great.
women in short shorts practicing their dancing, and you can like spin around at 360 degrees to watch them all dancing.
I'm getting all this in my peripheral vision.
In,
That sounds good.
And it was available up to 4K, so you can just set that 4K full screen.
And didn't they have one for each of
4K
them?
Yeah,
on 360?
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? What do you
How's
mean?
it
How does
4K?
that not make sense? It's 4K, 360.
No, I get what he's saying. You're saying it's the density of a 4K resolution if you looked at it like this, but it's actually much higher than 4K resolution because it goes all the way around.
Right, like if you set in the YouTube player, you know how you can do like the different resolutions. You can set it to 4K and still spin it.
It's like 4K extrapolated over the course of 360 degrees, Gavin.
Can we stop doing this? This is actually really
It's
unnerving.
distracting, isn't
I
it?
can't just do this.
I was.
I feel like a newscaster. In other news, Gus is a goddamn fucking prick.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the non. It's weird to
So
see.
you
it
can drag
non-
around that? It's like.
yeah. This is.
Oh, I
the-
see. Like the girl on the right is the same girl on the left.
yeah,
The
this
weirdest
this
part of that to me
non-draggable
is the
version.
way it like interprets the non-recorded parts of the image. Like,
With
what
the
is that
white-
It looks
puddle?
like cum.
Is that something on the screen? Or I mean, on the floor?
No, it
Is
should
it
just be a wood floor. That's weird.
I
Yeah.
had a thing that's never happened to me before, where I'm usually the first one I'm playing because it's platinum. You just get on with all the first class people.
you go.
Oh, here we go.
Apple
Here we
There
go.
it is.
Douchebag. Here's the douchebag talk.
Okay, Gavin, I'm with you. I'm sorry, Gavin. I made fun of you, but I'm
And then
with you.
because
here,
then,
Gavin, so
because
keep
then you get
talking.
all you get all the bin space. You just bung your bag up. So I sat, so I sat in my seat and I was like, man, I'm tired. I've been flying a lot. I'm just gonna shut my eyes for a bit. And then you kind of like you're dozing.
Yeah.
I'm like doing this and like the plane's filling up. And I was like, and then it felt like a lot of time had passed. And I was like, when are we? We're at 40,000 feet. Like, I didn't even feel the takeoff.
That's the
And
best.
That has never happened to me
I
before.
love doing that. It's like when you get down. Normally, I'll wait till the plane's done boarding. Then they close the cabin door. I take my glasses off and put them there when they start like the pre-flight safety stuff. And I close my eyes and I try to see how far I get into the flight before I wake up. I love sleeping through takeoff.
It's just like how did I sleep through accelerating to like 500 miles an hour?
It's like you get catapulted into the future, literally.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, boom, you're like thrown partway across the country, and then you wake up, you're like, oh, cool, we're like halfway
yeah.
there.
And because I was like dozing in and out, I was like, it's empty seats, and then I was like, there's Doctor Who sat right next to me. I was sat next to Christopher Eccleston, who was like the reboot Doctor.
When
for
did you
Doctor
start
Who.
talking to him within the flight? I never know what a good time.
That would be
to...
weird to wake up.
Yeah, I was like,
Say, oh, I can't believe I said that. You turn over, there's Doctor Who.
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I was too scared to talk to him because he was.
Oh, really?
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think?
No, I did though because I was filling out my customs form and he had to do the same thing. He's on the same visa as me, and his pen broke, so I was like,
Visa buddies?
he was like,
you handed him a,
like,
a
"Thank you, sir."
thermometer.
Do you
sonic
think
pen.
both of his hearts were beating at 120 beats per minute? Was he like double excited?
Yeah, and then nice chat to him. He's a really nice bloke. Really, we're just talking about our visas and how it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, there is.
Was that
He looks-
baggage?
He looks
was
what?
that?
I mean, it's been a while since he was on Doctor Who. So
It's been a decade.
I was
in
a
fact.
little startled how much older he looks because I've just seen him I haven't seen any of his work since Doctor
Have
Who.
you seen Thor 2?
Yeah.
He was the bad guy.
Excuse me. Have I? Yeah, I've seen Thor 2. What? There's a bad guy? I thought they just fought robots.
No, that's Thor 1. Thor 2 is Dark World, right? Is that what it's called?
Isn't he the bad guy in Thor 2?
That's Loki. That's his brother. The brother's the bad guy.
No, wasn't there like him as a
Are you
bad
thinking
guy?
of the Avengers?
It's Thor. It's
I'm
part
pretty
of
sure we're
the
talking about
Avengers.
Ant-Man.
I know.
Oh, by the way,
It's got Paul Rudd.
He was also in Heroes as the invisible bloke.
I must have
You never
missed
saw
that.
him though.
He was just a voice part. Look at me. I'm taking off all my clothes. So we just announced recently that we're having a laser team panel at San Diego Comic-Con. And I think we ran into a really fortunate thing, Barabara, where obviously we would want Comic-Con to be as big as possible, but having a movie out there We're competing with lots of other really big movies. Stuff that's out like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was just announced.
Never heard of it.
Get out here, bug. But they announced that Marvel's going to have no movies at San Diego Comic-Con. Like, all the comic book franchises are not going to do anything for San Diego Comic-Con.
Sony also not going to be there? Or there's like a big company
Yeah, I
that's
heard
not
it was
coming?
Marvel and another big company that
Maybe
had,
DC will have something for Superman and Batman. Maybe. But
they have to. That movie comes out before next Comic-Con, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
But the big announcement they made was that Quentin Tarantino is bringing his new movie to San Diego Comic-Con.
Hateful Eight?
That is a very non-Comic-Con movie that they're doing that. So I think they're like Marvel not showing up at Comic-Con is like, that's a major tentpole.
Are they trying to change their image?
Nope. I think they said that the rationale was probably, they might be trying to flex on Comic-Con a little bit. Comic-Con is a weird organization because I don't think a lot of people know this, but Comic-Con is actually a non-profit.
San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con is a non-profit.
We should
they can't
clarify.
trademark the name Comic-Con.
Correct.
So literally anybody can take the name Comic-Con and use it.
So any other Comic-Con is not run by the same organization that runs San Diego Comic-Con.
Which is interesting because Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, they run other events and they don't call them Comic-Cons.
Right.
Like WonderCon.
Right.
That's in Sacramento?
That's in San Francisco.
Right. And
I think it's announced who's going to be there, right, as well on the panel? I think that was announced.
that was released.
So it's going to be Jordan, Lindsay, Gus, Matt, Alan, and Colton.
For
you?
Yes. So Gus just did the thing where he made a quizzical look on his face and pointed at me. So yes, I'm going to this panel, but people keep not understanding that I'm going to the panel. Like, I actually took a day off the front of my vacation with my kids. We're going to a beach vacation for a week.
Brag about it.
And
So you get none of the credit?
Are you flying platinum?
what's that?
Get on the plane first.
The
with your
reason I know
Apple?
that my Apple Watch told me that my boarding
You're
pass.
platinum, aren't you?
No.
What are you, gold?
Don't talk about it.
Are you not gold even? Mm-mm. What are you? Just regular?
I'm a loser.
Gus.
I'm a nobody.
This is Gus.
What's that?
I'm a nobody.
Wow. Do you have to get vaccinated and stuff?
So here's my question to you. When you were platinum, and it was anyone who's platinum can board now, would you just wait for
No,
everyone
of
to go?
course I'll get on the plane, but I wouldn't get on the fucking podcast and be like, yeah, since I was platinum, I got on the plane first. I would tell that story by saying I got on the plane and I closed my eyes.
No,
it is not important.
It's important because if you get on the plane
it's
first,
bragging.
if you get on the plane
that's
first,
totally
it's not
irrelevant
bragging
to the
because you have to wait for
story.
so long if you're on first.
Not important to the story.
Just say it happened.
Is it not? Are you serious?
Not
Just
important.
say it happened to go to
You
the
get
plane.
on the plane, you close your eyes, and you fall asleep. That's all we need to know.
That's the story.
We don't need to know that you got on before everyone
And then you
else.
bunged
so
your bag
long.
up to the top.
Let
You
me
could
tell
have
you
just
something,
said, I
Gavin.
got on the plane.
Why would I fall asleep if the plane took off 2 minutes after I got on?
I said I was bored half an hour before, and I'm nothing. I'm human.
Don't change who
platinum.
you are. The moment you start thinking about the way you're going to say things, it gets you all fucked up. Don't change who you are. Just, be a douchebag. That's what that says you're rocking. You got it,
Oh,
Gavin.
WonderCon's in Anaheim now.
Do you also want to talk about how you abandoned me that night?
Go ahead.
One night.
Gavin's like, let's get bevs. I want to get
Oh,
bevs.
yeah, because I'm jet lagged and I fell asleep. I took a nap at 8 p.m. and I slept all the way through until 7 the next day.
Yeah, I was texting. I was like, you coming? Where are you?
Your text started off so friendly. You're like, still coming out, boy? All right, if you're not coming, let me know. You're being a real prick now.
So you went out?
Yeah.
Who? You and who else?
Some other folks from the company.
Okay, so it wasn't just you sitting alone in a bar.
No.
Okay.
Although I should have.
That would have been way worse.
No,
Don't
yeah.
lie.
But I was so excited because bevs. We haven't.
I
done
was
bevs in-
excited too. I wasn't flaking out. I just took a nap and I didn't wake up with my alarm.
I
You know
thought-
what
I thought you were
flaking
just
out means?
ignoring me, and I
That's
was just like,
exactly
"Come
what you did.
Did you board your bed first?
He
Were
was
you
asleep by
platinum
the
in your
time
bed? You
everyone was
bunged your
messaging
bag
him.
up
He has
under-
platinum status in his own bed.
Flaking out isn't flaking out oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go AWOL and just not. I'll
That's
just make
what
up
you
excuses.
did.
I
You
fell asleep.
You
That's
went
what
to
you
bed.
did.
I didn't intentionally miss the night out. I really wanted to go. I was excited.
Let me ask you a question.
So excited.
Let's say you're on Sherlock Holmes 3. Let's say they hired you back because you did such an excellent job on Sherlock Holmes 2. You did. You did a great job. It's an amazing sequence. It really is. They hire you for Sherlock Holmes 3. First day of shooting, you're sleeping. You don't go. Did you miss work? Or you didn't miss work. I was just sleeping. No, I was asleep.
Thank
not
you for
saying I didn't
equating
miss
that
it.
to the importance of coming out for bevs.
I'm saying there's a difference between.
commitment, Barbara.
There's a difference
Commitment.
between I can't be bothered and oops, I napped too long.
What do you think flaking? What's your definition of flaking, guys? All right.
It's just saying you're going to go do something and then not going to do it.
Remember when we watched that football game?
We have an agreement
Oh yeah,
to
because
make
you
up
flaked
for-
out.
Why you're deflecting and trying to change the subject from your flaking?
I wasn't
This is about
flaking, I
your
was sleeping,
flaking.
you were flaking.
committed to do
Were you
something and you
asleep?
didn't do it.
Were you
I
asleep?
flaked. I admit it. You can admit you
Argue
flaked.
cam is back.
Is this why you also left after swimmies?
This is absolutely flaking.
Are you equating-
And you and I have an agreement. We're supposed to make it up, and I've asked you about it multiple times.
I want to know what happened.
We should do that.
How come you're not explaining? What football did you watch?
We were supposed to go
We went to watch
watch.
Spurs Palace game.
Oh, so yeah.
They talked about this.
He
on the
flaked
podcast
out.
before.
He wasn't
Right.
asleep. He wasn't busy. He was cold.
What did you do? It
was cold.
Were you just sitting at home?
Yeah, I watched the game at home.
And I texted him and he didn't reply.
Oh, that's mean.
Ah, fuck him. It's a big
See,
boy.
I
He'll
thought
deal
you
with
were
that.
just not replying to me
terrible.
because you just like didn't want to come, and I was
Hey,
like, just
so
tell me.
let me
about
tell
it.
you. Let me ask you something,
No,
Gavin.
I
When you
really
woke
wanted
up,
to
did you
go.
reply to her?
I did.
He did, yeah.
I replied at like 6 a.m. or something, didn't I?
It was like 6:45.
Yeah,
Did it
I was
wake
like,
you
I
up?
woke up and I was like,
Here-
oh, it's 6.
Here's how I know I'm better friends with Gus than you are then now. Because I get an honest answer out of him. Hey, Gus, you want to go see a football game with me? You want to go see like a sporting event?
No, but this is where
Nah.
See, there you go.
This is where I was so shocked.
I get the honest answer.
because I felt like Gus
That's
and I were
friendship
on
with
that
Gus.
level.
Well, see, we
of,
made
like,
that
honesty.
agreement when it was still warm. We made the
baby.
agreement in the fall.
You're such
And then
a
the game was
baby.
in like January. I was like, no, it's cold. I'm not going outside.
Who can predict that shit? That'll be cold in January.
Whose side are you on?
Nobody's. I hate you both.
Also,
Nobody invited me to the fucking
Both?
football game.
Both?
also, work and a night out do not carry the same
was-
level of.
You're
was-
absolutely right.
It was
Yeah.
soccer. That's why we didn't invite you.
What he's trying to say is work and my good friend Barbara.
I would never be late to work. I would never miss a day of work.
You actually did the worst thing, which is, from what I'm understanding here, Gavin, is that you initiated it. You said, "Hey, let's go out to drinks," and then she showed up and you didn't come.
No, I think
Barbara initiated it.
Oh, Barbara initiated.
I
it.
said
the way she told the story.
I said, let's get bevs this week, and you were
Yeah,
like,
and I was
yeah,
like,
I want to
yup.
get bevs.
I do. It's been a while. I'm excited about it, but I've been flying so much that I'm not like jet lagged. I'm just very sleep deprived because I keep having little
You
nights
keep
of
saying
sleep.
you're not things and then saying exactly what they are.
Well, jet lag to me is when you're like asleep at the wrong time and you can't sleep.
It's
at
like when
night.
you go to sleep at 8 p.m.
and miss events. Why?
I'm done. I just can't even bother.
I'm not jet lagged.
Too tired.
Gus, I'm tired from traveling on planes.
It's like 2 a.m. in the UK. That's when I would normally go to bed.
What is your definition of jet lag?
I don't get it.
Your body being on a different schedule, on a different time.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I wasn't on the wrong schedule.
Why did you
I
go
was
to
just
bed at 8 then?
tired. I'm just tired.
Because you were jet lagged.
What do you think that means? I wasn't going to bed at a weird time. I was just tired in the middle of the day. What does that mean? You're saying exactly
I
what
went
the
to
thing
bed
is.
at 8 p.m. and slept for 11 hours.
Gus, I didn't flake out. I said let's go out and then didn't go. And then the reason I did that was not because I was not jet lagged, but because I was asleep from being on planes too much.
I didn't get into a wreck. My car just crashed into another one.
Flipped over upside down.
Now I have one larger car.
I like how I was just like a little upset about this, and then these guys just like take it on a whole new level.
What happened?
Actually, though, somebody can also flake. To me, flaking is like
I'm never a flake, by the way. Would you agree?
what flaking is.
Oh my god! Oh,
What
you're being
flaking is-
sarcastic.
No, I'm being serious.
Oh no, you flaked on me so many times.
Whoa.
But when? What?
Usually it involved going downtown.
Awkward.
When? I am
Yeah.
Conversation that we're having right
gobsmacked.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay,
See
maybe
this?
it's happened 1 or 2 times.
So
I am
awkward.
never flake.
We were listening to this guy right across from us. The guy looked like he was like 80, but he's on his phone and he's like, no, I ordered the Pit Boy edition, but they were sold out. So I got one on eBay. I got it for $300. So I'm all good. Yeah, I've got it. I was like, who's this old dude playing fucking Fallout 4 and ordering a Pit Boy edition? He must have been in the industry in some way. And while we're sitting there listening to him, this page comes over the announcement saying, Mike Barnes, please come back to the front area. Remember, those of you who don't know, my name is Michael Burns. That's where Burnie comes from, is my last name, Burns. And they were paging Michael Barnes. And I go, are they saying Barnes? They're saying Barnes. It's not me. Then they paged again because the person didn't come. Michael Barnes, please come up. Recheck. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going up. So I walked up and I said to this lady, I said, it's the weirdest set of coincidences. I said to the lady, I said, I'm Michael Burns. Are you paging Michael Barnes? She goes, I paged Michael Barnes. And I said, I'm Michael Burns. Are you saying Burns or Barnes? She goes, I paged Michael Barnes. Are you Michael Barnes? And I go, I'm Michael Burns. She goes, hold on a second. She goes, Burnie. And I go, what? And she goes, hold on. Bernie, the person to her left was named Burnie, this lady.
Oh,
She goes,
my
Bernie,
God.
did you page a Michael Burns? And she goes, Michael Barnes. And I go, okay, I'm fine. And she looks at me, she looks back, she goes, whatever. And this guy walks up and she goes, is he with you? I go, I'm not with this guy. He goes, I'm Michael Barnes.
Was the old dude?
I said, I gotta get out of this. I gotta get out of this situation.
I can just imagine you being in this like spiral of crap, just pulling out a gun and shooting yourself in the face.
Who's on first? And it was so impromptu. That it happened so naturally. When she goes, I paged Michael Barnes. I go, I'm Michael Burns. She goes, hold on a second. Bernie. And I go, what? I must have seemed like an insane person to her.
Oh my
Someone out
god.
of Faulty Towers.
So now I know there's a lady who works in the LAX Admirals Club. Her name is Bernie.
She was paging Michael Barnes.
Barn.
Barnes. Michael Barnes.